Hey there, Namco and Dustin here. We had another fantasy football itch that we just had to scratch. It's our second football video of the year. We thought it'd be fun to kind of go through who we think are going to be the top 10 guys this year in fantasy drafts. This is kind of just where we have guys right now. Obviously, a lot can change between now and then, but let's go through it. Number 1, Adrian Peterson. It was just too hard to pull him out of this spot. He just keeps on doing it year in and year out. By far has the least amount of question marks because with him, it doesn't matter who the rest of the offense is, he's still going to produce.
The next guy, some experts are going to have maybe at 1 even, maybe at 8, maybe not out of the first round, but for us, obviously he's number 2, he's high. It's Arian Foster, our boy. Love him. How can you not love this guy? 2,200 total yards last year, 18 touchdowns and 66 catches. Come on now.
Ben Tate who?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Number 3, we got Chris Johnson. This guy still had another solid year. It wasn't what everyone was really hoping for when they drafted him, but 1,600 total yards, 12 total touchdowns. They just really couldn't get a lot of things going through the passing game out there in Tennessee. Hopefully Locker will help that a little bit, maybe not. But either way, Chris Johnson's going to be a huge part of that offense and still put up solid numbers.
Next, we got Michael Vick. If we could be guaranteed this guy played 16 games, he'd be number 1 without a doubt. He is the epitome of high risk, high reward. Obviously, you know why. It's all about the legs. But his accuracy was way up last year. He's just a stud, but it's high risk, high reward. Is he going to play all 6 games?
It's scary, but
you're going to have to take him. You're going to have to take him there if you want him.
If you want him. Moving on, number 5, we got Jamal Charles. It was a little scary going into last year, how much Thomas Jones was going to factor in, but Charles proved that you can put up solid numbers in limited touches. Almost 2,000 total yards, 8 total touchdowns. This guy's a touchdown just waiting to happen. So much fun to watch. We think he's definitely worthy of a middle first-round pick.
Next, we got McCoy out there with the Eagles, and here's why. In a league that does, 2 backs, hell, even 3 backs on some teams, McCoy's the every down guy. He gets the goal lines, almost all of the carries, he catches the ball a lot. He's just a very solid running back to get great for the middle of the first round.
Moving on, number 7, our first receiver, Andre Johnson. Battled injuries pretty much all year last year. He missed a couple games, but still ended the season with solid numbers, solid per game numbers, decent touchdown totals. On that great Texan offense, look for him to have a great year if he can stay healthy, and we still have him as our number 1 receiver.
In number 8, we have the Super Bowl MVP, Aaron Rodgers. He's definitely the safest out of all the quarterbacks, and here's why. He's going to put up great numbers with his arms, and he's going to be his arm. He's going to be lefty.
He might throw left-handed.
He's sneaky like that, and he's going to get you rushing yards, and they sneak him a lot into the end zone, so he gets those sneaky rushing touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, very, very safe quarterback pick.
At number 9, our second receiver, Roddy White. Amazing year last year. 115 catches, 10 touchdowns.
Ridiculous.
He was the most targeted wide receiver, and now you're going to hear a lot of talk about Julio Jones might taking some of those targets away. Yeah, he might take a few targets away, but he's also going to take pressure off of Roddy White in the passing game, so the targets that Roddy White does get are going to be more quality targets.
All right, and rounding out, number 10, we have Maurice Jones-Drew. He recently said on his own radio show, I believe, that he was annoyed with where people are ranking him. So, he's got that motivation. He loves fantasy, if you didn't know. In 14 games last year, he had 1,600 yards, total yards, 7 touchdowns total. It's very solid numbers. True, it was a little bit of a down year, but when you really look at it, in 14 games, that's really solid.
Yeah, that's definitely solid. So we got you in the top 10.
There you go, Mojo. Just for you.
Got to be happy with that. So that's our projected top 10. We're starting to dive in, really getting all our other football rankings going, so stay tuned for those. They'll be up in early July. We can't wait to start talking more football and start itching some of our other scratch. I don't even know where I was going with that. But
we'll see you during the season. Name code Dustin here.
Later.